Can you hear us, Connie? Gunner?
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, Connie. We're gonna get started. Gunner's on his way with the wheel, and he's close to the office, but he'll be any second. But we're gonna do a few little announcements, and then we'll do the drawing. How much is the drawing? Oh, I know Chris Webb was picked last week, and he was not online, and he was not here. And I talked to him yesterday, and he was like, "I can't believe it." He was like, he said, "I thought." He thought he was going to be, he thought he was like, oh, I'm going to go. And then he got busy doing something and then he forgot. And it's the time he went, he was like, gosh, dang it. So we were up to 120, right? 120. And as soon as Gunner gets here, we'll do the drawing. A couple of things. All of this training links in with Lofty. So we're going to go through this whole sphere of influence, but you guys have got to be using Lofty. And, you know, if you do nothing else than get your leads in there, that's the first step. There's so much more that Lofty can do, but if, you know, at the very least, get your leads in, because you can't track, you can't do anything, you can't be strategic about your touches with your sphere of influence. And that's what this whole training is about. So they link hand in hand. I can see who's on Lofty. I can see what you've got in there. If you need help, reach out. But they are doing the Lofty training, and it is not an Axon person doing Lofty training. It is an actual Lofty person doing the training, and that is Fridays at 11. Fridays at 11, and they're doing it. Is it 5 weeks, Jackie, or 6?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. They did last week was the first week. Very basic. How to do leads, how to enter them. I think almost everybody knows how to do that. And if you don't, reach out to us. We'll get you to that point, how to do that. So number 1 is Lofty. Number 2 is the Axon portal. This is such a useful tool, guys. There is so much on there. There is a calculator where if you have somebody that you're talking about that's thinking about coming to Axon or making a switch, you can plug in their numbers, what their cap is, what their split is, and it will calculate what they would have made if they were with us. It's a great tool.
Are they going to make a separate one that's for our downtown too, or is it just the Axon one?
He probably will do one if it's for downtown, but this one is like just for the Axon right now, the Axon Independent. But and that's okay because people can go to Axon Independent. They don't all have to come to downtown. If they want more hands-on, if they want to be more of have the culture in the team, then that looks different.
And then from the portal is also where you can send your invite for them to join the Axon one, which makes it easier. So if you were, in a sense, blasting that, the likelihood of getting a random person to just sign up with Axon because they found your link is slim. It's usually because you actually cultivated them. But it helps ensure that they are automatically connected to your download.
Right.
If you're using your specific link. Because otherwise, if they fill out the form and they forget how to spell your name.
Yeah. All the events are on Axon Portal. All of the events. All of the rev share is on who's in your downline, what they're doing. There's a leaderboard. Our agents are killing it. Like, we are really high up in the leaderboard. And so it's fun. But go on there, click around, play with it. There's nothing you're going to do. It's just, and they're adding more. Every time I go on, there's something different. It'll show all of your earnings, where you are with your cap, everything. Now, right now, some of the data is rough. They just imported it. They've got to go through and fix it. But at some point you will be able to go on and say, oh, I've paid this much toward cap, I've earned this much this year. It's all right there.
And if you know there is an error and you see it and you know it, there is a spot for you to click on to create a ticket, right, and tell them so that they can prioritize fixing that particular item too.
Yeah, so but go on, it's fun. It's a great tool. Don't be scared of it. It's not going to do, you're not going to do anything. It doesn't change anything. Just go on and take a look at it. So much fun stuff on there. And there's all different tabs to click on and leaderboard and all.
check your address that's on there. Mine was reflecting my house address versus the office address. And it's, so in some cases, yeah, like, for like someone like just saying and David out of Bakersfield, their home address would be ideal, or at least an address out there in Bakersfield, so it shows them in Bakersfield versus Porterville. Cause then that way, even our agents, when we're looking amongst between our Fresno, like Bakersfield, we can be looking there too. It automatically helps give you our geographic location of us.
Exactly. So the third thing that we really want you guys to start well, you're going to have to, is SkySlope. And SkySlope, you have 48 hours from when you take a listing to enter it into SkySlope. And eventually all the CDAs are going to be done through SkySlope, which is going to free Jackie up and make the whole CDA process so much faster. But it's as soon as you get a listing, 48 hours, it's got to go into SkySlope. And that's where everything's going to get auto-generated from.
Sure. Athena did mine, so Athena can do it.
Athena can do it, yes. And there's a way also on SkySlope where you can partner your team. Like Rocky is my TC, I team with her, we interact on SkySlope. So you need to join with her. Okay. And that can be changed. Just because you put someone on your team doesn't mean you have to, like if for some reason you're using a different TC, you can link with a different one. You can go through and check that and change it. So SkySlope is, believe me, I am stuck in my ways and I have only ever done car forms and I am used to it, but I'm maneuvering through SkySlope and I actually like it better. I think it's a little bit easier. You just got to get used to how it does it, just the way. But I've had like zero problems with it, and I'm the least techie out of everybody, so I've maneuvered through. There are also, if you go on Lightspeed, there are tutorials for Lofty, like videos, tutorials. If you go on the Lofty file, and it'll give you all the links to the tutorials, and it walks you through how to do everything. And then if that doesn't work and you need more help, Jackie, well, I can try and help. Jackie can help. The TCs know how, and they should be able to do that.
And then, of course, there's always the supports. So you have the live supports. If it's SkySlope, SkySlope has their own support. Everyone that has reached out has had pretty much good success. The only times I hit walls with them is usually by the time I'm doing something that's at a high level that it's not a basic little thing in which I need special people to make adjustments. It's more of like, we gotta edit something major, but in many cases, most of your activities that you're gonna need is gonna be found on those trainings in Lightspeed as well as from the various supports. So even like Lofty support, we submitted a ticket the other day, they responded over the weekend, and I mean, my answers were there. So, you have many places for help.
Yeah, if ever, when you are having problems getting on your Axon email, Axon support, those girls are so friendly. They never make you feel bad. They are your best friends. They will welcome you. Oh, hi, Sarah. Like, oh yeah, I'm here again. And then they fix my problem. So don't struggle. Just call Axon support. Don't struggle. They will help you. They'll direct you to where you need to go. Okay. So Gunnar is here now.
Who got picked? Just
Chris Webb.
that's it?
That was the last one. Yeah. And we're going to do the drawing
I'm
now.
not
So
in
we have
anymore.
18 people. What was that?
I think Chris asked if he's basically not in there anymore.
I'm eliminated.
Yeah, you're eliminated till we pick a
till next
winner.
round.
Push the button.
Oh, here I go. I'm going to push the button.
Oh, the wheel. Oh.
It's the wheel.
Cool.
The wheel of death.
Miss Raquel, Rocky.
It's Rocky. Is Rocky on?
Of course she is.
What?
Speak up, Rocky, if you're on.
I'm here.
She's there. Okay, congratulations, Rocky. And Chris, you're back in the drawing for next week. Okay, I need the chat to go away.
Okay, yes.
Thank you for that.
Perfect.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about sphere of influence, which again, all links with Lofty. And you guys know I love to preach about sphere of influence because even if, you're going to have different pillars of how you lead generate. And if it's cold calling, that's great. But once you make a contact and you're talking to these people and you have a lead, you need to put them into Lofty. Because otherwise, how are you managing them? How are you going to go back to them? That is the second piece of the puzzle. If open houses are your thing and you are lead generating through open houses, when you get the leads, what are you doing with them? If you're not putting them in Lofty, there's a really good chance you're going to lose them. You're going to forget about them. I would say the first thing you do is when you get somebody as a lead, whether it's an open house, whether it's cold calling, door knocking, networking, whatever it is that you are doing, put it in Lofty and get them set up on a drip campaign. So at least they see something coming from you every single month. And it's easy. You do it once, it's set up. You do not have to do it again. So how many of you guys, or maybe I should ask how many have not, have reached out to the people in your SOI, in your database, for no reason at all, just to check in?
I do.
Tracy checks in. Maria does. Carolina, have you checked in with your people?
Yeah.
Little bit? Yeah. It is so important because honestly, everything should filter in your database. Everything should filter into Lofty. All these other things are feeding Lofty, and that's where you nurture them, right? That's when you can set up tasks. Hey, we were doing the cold call clinic yesterday, and they're calling these old realtor.com leads. And the script is super easy. They're just calling, hey, this is Tamara from calling. You had reached out to realtor.com and about a listing, and we were wondering, did you get help with that? Were you taken care of? It's not salesy. It's not pushing a house. It's were you helped? You'd be amazed at the people that respond. And they say, some of them are like, I didn't. And they'll start saying, oh, my debt ratio was too high, or I was going through a bad time, or this happened. And then they'll start talking to them and they'll say, well, would you like to revisit it with a lender? Or can I talk, we're putting it off for 6 months. We go into Lofty. It's assigned to that agent who made the call. And then they get a task for 6 months to call these people. And it's a reminder, shows up on your phone. Hey, call Susie, and that way you're not missing anything. And it's so strategic and planned. So make sure that, that's why the SOI is so important. Even if you are not, my main source of leads is my SOI. It's referrals, repeat business. Even if it's not your main, if TikTok is your main source, that's okay, but you better be putting those leads in TikTok somehow. You've got to be learning how to handle them other than just trying to handle them on your phone, because it is not going to work. I promise you, it is not going to work. And you're losing a really, really good opportunity. The National Association of Realtors reports that over 65% of sellers choose their agent based on a referral from a friend, neighbor, family member, or because they've worked with that agent before. That means most business in this industry is already in someone's SOI. So you may be getting, TikTok, but they are already in somebody's SOI. And the agent who stays top of mind is the one who's going to get the call. So one time and they're gone, not going to happen. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, how to stay top of mind. And again, it's not just about putting the leads in Lofty. It's what do we do once they're there? You've still got to touch them. You've still got to do something to be top of mind. If you have 200 people in your SOI and you touch each one 6 times a year, you're making 1,200 meaningful contacts annually. That should drive just that 3 to 5 transactions without spending $1 on ads. So isn't it worth touching somebody 6 times and getting 5 leads out of it? And it could be more. I think that's low, because I always heard it's for every, isn't it 200, Jackie? You get 7 for every 200 leads. And if you're touching them regularly, you should get 7 deals, or maybe it's 100. I think it's 100. But anyway, whatever you're doing, you should be touching them. This one's saying 2, you'll get 5, which could be true, just the way things are going. Okay, Jackie, let's go to the next one. So the next thing that you guys, here's your next, so you've got to enter them in Lofty. That's task 1. If they're not there, we can't do the rest of this exercise. So if you have done nothing and you don't have people in Lofty, that's the first thing you want to do. Don't kill yourself with it, guys. Just do 5 a day, 10 a day. Think about it. Family, friends. Who would I invite to a birthday party? Who would be invited to a wedding? Who do you go to church with? Who do you go to the gym with? Who are you, gunners in golf leagues? Where are those guys? Like, all of these people should be in your database. Go through. Don't go for perfection. I would start a list. Put the ones you have phone numbers for. If you have an email, great. If you don't, use that as a reason to contact them. Hey, I'm updating my database. Can I get your current email? It is so easy. It's not salesy. I know that's everybody's thing. We don't want to be salesy. We don't want to be salesy. But you don't have to be salesy, but you've got to be diligent, right? And so you've got to so if you have a phone number and you've got an email, if you have their home address, even better, because you can get them on home reports, and that goes out every month. But if not, at least those 2, that's a starting place. If you only have a phone number, it's okay. Put them in anyway. It's better than nothing. If you only have an email, that's okay. Better. And of the 2, well, I think maybe the phone number is probably the better one because you can text. They're going to respond to that better. So then once you've got everybody in, I want you to rate them. And you've really got to think about it. Tier A, those are the hot leads. Those are your past clients, close friends, family, active referral sources, people that you are talking to regularly. Those are your A tier. Give those people importance. You're going to reach out to those people differently. You're going to do the touch frequency is going to be once a month, 12 times a year. Because you are generating referrals from these people. You want to stay in front of them. So you want to have them on a drip campaign. That's easily 12. And then but we're going to go a little deeper into it. B is warm. These are acquaintances, colleagues, neighbors, community contacts. So these are people you probably don't have a close relationship with and you have not done business with in the past. You're going to touch them 8 times a year. And the goal is to deepen the relationship. You want to move them up to a tier A. If somebody gives you a referral, they go up into your tier A. You can rate all these people in Lofty, A, B, and C. You can rate them so that you can separate them. Tier C is cool. This is going to be old contacts, loose connections, social media followers, right? Not the one, just followers. And you're going to reach out to them 4 times a year. So you can see what's happening here. Most of your effort is going to be on tier A, then tier B, and then C. You're going to stay in front of them, but they're not your referral base. So you've got to really think about it and put them in these categories. You're going to stay on their radar. You're going to hit them once in a while. They don't know you. You could come across like, they're annoying me. They could unsubscribe, right? So that's why the ones that know you are not going to unsubscribe. They're not going to. The ones that kind of know you, you run that risk, but that C, they could. So don't overpower until they engage and then put them up, whether they should be A or B. Move them. So that's going to be a big agenda for you guys to do that. And the bigger your database, the harder it's going to be. So I know, like, I have less than 300 in my database. That's all I need. I know there's some that have 1,000 or more, but you're going to have to go through those. And some of those are going to be C. And I would get those out of the way and focus on your A and B. So it's aim for 20 to 50 in your A tier. 20 to 50. That's your goal. That's your inner circle. And that's where 80% of your referrals will come from. Everything else kind of fills in from there. If you guys are if you feel overwhelmed with working your database, but you're really focusing on that tier A, it's going to take some of the stress off. You're still going to have time to do your open houses, door knocking, cold calling, TikToking, whatever it is. But once you see referrals start coming in, it is very, very rewarding. And you will realize, ooh, this is super important. Because I know there's a lot of agents that are doing a ton of stuff on TikTok and they are not putting it in their database and they're missing the second half of what you need to do. That's the important part of it. Go ahead, Maria.
I had actually reach out to me. It was on my sink, and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, your sink is not working anymore." And so I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I have to put it on my new
Lofty.
one."
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Have you oh, we can't transfer from
Well, I had the list of it.
You do have the
I
list.
printed out. Yeah.
So no, do this. If you still have your list that
Yeah.
was emailed to you,
Yeah.
go on an email, you're gonna forward it to support@lofty.com
Support@lofty.com. Okay.
and tell them to import that for you into your Accent account. Then what they will do is it will match up. If you had them on Home Pulse,
Yeah.
it will carry over.
Okay.
If they had an active search already on there, I believe they have carried over too.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes, they
she
have.
had an active search on that.
Yeah. And so it will carry over.
Okay.
And the best thing to do is have Lofty Support do it.
Okay.
So that way, if there's any issues, they can help you. That way, you're not accidentally not clicking the right buttons to go connect over.
I don't know anything right now. So.
Right.
So,
So does anybody have any questions about the tiers, A, B, or C? Questions, comments, anything?
do
No.
you ever delete C's?
I don't think you delete C's. No, I think you just leave them, a very generic, maybe sending a mass email to them. You could do a mass email. I wouldn't be
I've got a
probably,
question.
what's that?
Does Lofty have do they have campaign templates that are kind of designed for the A, B,
Yes.
C?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
They've got them.
already
So if you go in on the templates, and when you go in, you can either create one, which I would never in a million years attempt to do. Chris, you might attempt it, but I would not. And then you go to the templates.
Oh,
And on the templates, it'll say buyer non-responsive, buyer, Chris, I mean, there's a million of them, and you go through and pick them, and you can change those on Lofty, those campaigns. They went over that on that Lofty training last week. Like you can edit them, and I think you click on it and then edit it. But something is better than nothing. So even if it's not perfect, sign them up for it and send it out, especially the tier C people, right? You're just trying to get your name in front of them. That's all it is. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Any other questions about the tiers?
To categorize these tiers, are these filters or these tags?
Tags.
Okay.
You would tag them on Lofty. Tag 'em.
Ready? Okay.
Yep, tag them. Because when you put them in Lofty, you can either put them buyer or seller. For some reason, that print is very small at the top, and agents miss that. I missed it. So I had everybody in Lofty as a buyer. And then they're sending my sellers, AI was sending, hey, how's your home search going? Well, these are my clients, right? And they're reaching out to me. We're not moving, Sarah. I'm like, sorry, AI, I put the wrong thing in. They're like, oh, but guess what? How are you guys? Oh, we're good. It just generates a conversation. And I just went in and changed it all.
And like I said, I just tell them, oh yeah, we got a new software I'm testing out, and I just put you in there. Let me know how you like it. Like
Exactly.
everybody loves to see the new one. I've had agents that they onboard with us, and they'll say like, my client, or in one case it was my sister, was nagging at me that the lender that helped her buy the house sends her an update of her address of her value of her home, and I don't. I was like, well, you have it here. So it's like they notice it. So if the lenders are putting them on their CRM, but you're not, you're falling short.
Yeah.
So how do you do? They have like days.
Yeah, we'll go over it afterwards. Yeah, we'll go over it afterwards. How to show you how to do it. So Now we're going to go into the 90-day map. Okay. So you want to switch it, Jackie, next one. So month 1 is going to be about reconnecting. So the goal is to reestablish contact and remind them you're in real estate and thinking of them. Don't ask for anything, nothing, unless it's an email address. And that conversation is, oh, again, I'm updating my database. I've changed brokerages. Or you could just call and say, I just want to make sure I've got the right email address for you. Is this correct? You're asking for something, but not for a referral. You're just asking for something. So that is the goal for month 1. So first week is going to be a personal phone call. That's the A tier. Okay. And I've got these, worksheets for you guys that we can send out. It's a cheat sheet and a 90-day touch plan worksheet that I created. And it tells you can go through and do this. So the call to the A tier, call every A tier contact. Keep it short, 2 to 3 minutes, no pitch. Something like, hi, Susie, it's Sarah. I was just thinking about you and wanted to reach out and say hi. How's everything going? You could just say, how's everything going? How's your summer? How are the kids doing? Anything you know about them, ask. Simple. That's going to take some time to get through your A people, especially if you have 50, but maybe do 5. You've got week 1 to do it. So take 5 days, divide it by how many you have, and put that many in your calendar to do per day. Week 2 is going to be a handwritten note also to your A tier. Mail a personal note, not a postcard, a real card. Something like, just wanted to drop you a note to say I appreciate you. Hope life is going well. I'm always here if you need anything real estate related or just want to chat. It's like a care call. You could also do the one like, hey, and you can put your business card in it. It could also be, I've sent them out before. Hi, Sherry, just checking in to see how your summer's going. Hope, see how everything is going. Hope you have a great summer. Sarah, I buy the cards at the Dollar Tree. They come in bulk. They're blank. They're this big. You can use them for everything. I buy stacks of them just by the color of it. Week 3 is going to be, now you're working on your B tier on week 3. So week 1 was A tier. Week 2 is A tier. Now at week 3, you're going to do your B tier. And it's going to be a low pressure text to your warm contacts, short and personal. Hi, so-and-so. Hope you're doing well. Thought of you this week. How's everything going? That's it. Super simple. That's going to be to your B people though. All right. And then week 4 is going to be all tiers. And this is an email that you send out. You do a mass email. This is the easiest one. You send it to everybody in Lofty and do a brief local market update. Hi, so-and-so, wanted to share a quick update on what's happening in Tulare County. Put a couple of sentences on the market. I would not put our market update in there. I would type something out, write an email. You can take the info from the market update and then just say, let me know if you have any questions or know anyone. This one is, or know anyone thinking about buying or selling. It's going to everybody. That's week 4. There's your first month done. Tells you what to do. I've given you all the info, what to do first month. Okay, month 2. I think we need to go to the next one, Jackie. Now we're going to start adding some value. So the goal is to show up as a resource. Well, does anybody have any questions about month 1? Reconnect. Questions, ideas?
Question. As we do like the week 1 for tier A, week 2 for tier B, week 3 for tier C, so when we start the second week, do we pause on tier A or do we just add that in? So like it's another.
No, it's going to be the same people again, Bridget. So it's a lot to do. You've got to reach out to week 1, the personal phone call. You've got to get all that done in week 1. I don't know. It depends how many people you have in your database that are tier A. Week 2, you're reaching out to those same people with a handwritten note. So you're hitting them twice in 2 weeks. So I don't know. I mean, how many people, Bridget, do you think you have on as a tier A in your database?
I have no idea. I'm
Yeah, so
working
that's
on
why you got to
updating.
go through and categorize them and be really, really scrutinize it, right? Like if you're not, look at those guidelines and make sure they're really a type A because you don't want to, or a group A, you don't want to get too many people in A that are maybes and then you're not being able to get through the list. But I would say, if you have too many people, I would double up. Like I would do as many phone calls as you can the first week. The ones that are left, push them over to week 2 and then start writing your handwritten notes too. The notes are going to the notes may not take you longer. It depends how caught up you get in conversation. You can always push it through to week 3, right? And week 4 is maybe that's a catch up week of the ones you couldn't get done, because that's just going to be a mass email. That's going to take 2 minutes, right? And you're done for that week. So maybe the leftover could get hit then. I don't know.
Okay.
Something
I'll
like
work through
that.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anybody else have a question? No? Okay.
I forgot my question.
Okay, Maria, well, we'll come back. We'll come back to Maria's question. So she forgot, but we won't say she forgot. She's just waiting. She's pausing. Yeah, she's thinking. Month 2. Now we're going to add some value. So again, show up as a resource, not a salesperson. We got to give again before we ask. Okay. So week 5, it's phone calls again. This is to tier A. And you're going to reference the note or your last conversation. And it could be, hey, so-and-so, just following up. Did you get my note? I was thinking about you. Anything going on in your world I should know about. This one's a little bit going to be harder if you just talk to them, but it's okay. It's all right. Maybe think of a reason even to call them. Like, as
The
you,
market's changed.
yeah, or whatever. Anything that you could think of.
Yeah.
Or the weather.
Yeah, any
Yeah,
reason.
how's this heat?
How's the seed, if anything? So week 6 is going to be your, what were you going to say, Jackie?
Or like what Webb says, going and checking their social media and seeing what you saw that updated.
Yes.
You'll be able to touch on that if you saw something there.
Right.
That makes sense.
'Cause
Right.
keep in mind in Lofty, you could have integrated them to their social media profile. So if you're already on your Lofty app, it's a quick click to go to their Facebook page and see
What they're doing. So remember, like the tier A are the people that you're really comfortable with, right? It's your family, it's your friends, it's people that you get referrals from. It's people that you've sold property to. So it's not like you're calling some random person and you're calling them 1 month and then the next and they're like, are they stalking me? It's going to be people that you really are that comfortable, that you're that comfortable with.
Yeah.
Okay, so week 6 is the market update email, and this is a hyper local market stat email. Neighborhood specific if possible. That's going to be tough because we're not like LA where neighborhoods are as big as are big. But just do a quick update. It could be maybe city related, not Tulare County wide, maybe just city related, like Porterville and this is for your B and C tier. And this is week 6.
Yeah, I think I did those with like the market updates on portable area, the specific city.
Yep. And then you could put on there, if you're curious about your home's value, I'd be happy to run a quick estimate. Right. No commitment. Just, I'd be happy to give you the value. So you're giving again, right? Asking them for a CMA. And if they want a value, and if they do, that's a good sign they might be getting close. Maybe they're thinking about selling. Or maybe they just want to know. And that's okay too. So week 7 is for all tiers, and that's going to be social media engagement. Find them on social media. So here's another little bit of a project, right? Find them, friend them, and this is for all tiers. So comment or share something. Make sure, and then a follow up directly. Saw your post about blank and had to reach out. That looked amazing. How's everything going? I would do that in a direct message to them, right? Talk to them through social media. And that's going to take some time. That's week 7. I mean, I would do that every day. You're going to have to start going through and trying to find these people on social media
What they're doing.
and what they're doing. So when you're adding them as leads, I would also try and find them on social media and add them on social media. So phone number, email, home address, social media. That's in a perfect world. But a lot of them you won't be able to find on social media. So it's going to be a smaller group.
I mean, I'm kind of stalking them.
A little bit. We're stalking them a
But
little
that's
bit.
okay, in a good way.
Yeah. So week 8, invite your top 5 to 10 A-tier contacts to coffee or drop something off. We all know, I don't know if you remember, Jared did this. Jared went on and went down to Stafford's and did a personal invitation to about 10 of his top clients to drop by on a Saturday. He was there from 8:30 to whatever, 11:30, 10:30. Come by and have coffee. He bought him a cup of coffee. He said it was
If they
amazing.
can. He said if they
They-
can, he brought him a cup of coffee.
And they did.
Oh, wow.
And they did.
That's
So, you know, I'm going to be in your area this week. You could invite them for a cup of coffee. Do you want to go have a cup of coffee? Or do something like Jared did and invite and you could probably invite more than the top 5, 10 if you're inviting as a group and you're sitting down there, right? If you're going to do a one-on-one invitation, would you like to go have coffee with me? That's you're
Yeah,
going to do
that's
less.
a little bit, yeah.
But try and do 5 to 10. And that is week 8. What's the next one, Jackie? Any questions about month 2? Questions? Problems? I'm not going to do it. I hate it. I hate you, Sarah. What is it? Like, what do we got? Give me something.
So,
Oh, Jackie hates me. Here we go. I said, Jackie, what do you got? And she's coming up with something.
my brain is, well, you know, my brain overcomplicates it, so I'm trying to think how can we streamline it and make it not so complicated.
You can't.
Yes, we can. Rocky's gonna help me make it into action plans so that as you're putting them into a category,
Oh.
trigger your action plan to it, so that if you didn't put 50 people, you put in 2 people, you start your 90 days with those 2 people at least.
I think the point is to do the 90 days at once.
Yes.
Not at a time. But you could, and then you'd know which ones you missed.
Yes.
And look this is the other thing. As you add them, then you could get them into that 90-day task.
Rotation.
It'll tell you what to do for them, right? So you can continue. That is a good idea. Try and do them as a bulk.
Ideally,
That's the point, because we want to hit them, and maybe you get 5 referrals out of it, and then you're going to love me instead of hating me for all this task things that you guys don't want to do, right? But like Jackie said, that's a great idea, because then you can get them on a task, and it shows you. It'll tell you in Lofty, hey Sarah, you need to call this client, and do what Lofty tells you. I do.
And bulk, when you do bulk, it seems daunting because it's so much, but honestly, it makes it easier because you're already in a rhythm. And because you know you're going to try to call so many people, you're more inclined to stick to that 2-minute rule when you call them and say, do you have a few seconds? You're more mindful of your time because you know you got so many people to call. Versus I only calling one person, so your phone call turns into an hour long while you're trying to cook and do all this. Not okay.
Some may still turn into longer than 2 minutes, but
Right.
yeah, so you just gotta make it, that makes sense, make adjustments for that, but to do as many as you can, like you say,
Right.
a day, to set the day apart or a couple hours.
Right.
Or, yeah, Austin, like he says he does in the morning when he does his cold calling, just set like 2-3 hours every day
Yeah.
and get going.
And it's people want to hear from you guys. You think they don't. They do.
They do.
When David Gonzalez at Merle Stone calls me and says, hey, Sarah, he just checks in, or hey, we're running a special on trucks. Well, I don't want a truck, but I like talking to David Gonzalez. So I'm always so happy. And I feel like, oh, he thought about me.
Yeah.
Now, he's going down a list just like we do, but it still makes you feel seen, and it makes everybody heard. And if they're busy, they won't answer the call.
Yeah.
That's okay. They won't answer the call, and you could maybe leave them a little message like, hey, I was just thinking about you. You also, if you want to send personal text, you could record a little video. Very, very powerful to do a little video text to each person. Use their name. Don't use the same one over and over. Use their name, make it very not scripted, just, oh, hi, and send it to them. They see your face. They're going to open that. They're going to want to see what that is. So
Gives us more personal.
it's more personal. There's a lot of ways. This is just the game plan for it. You guys got to personalize it for what you want to do.
Christmas, I hand paint cards and send them out to my clients.
They love them
And they call me every time.
because they
I
love
can't believe
them.
you did this.
They love them. So month 3, now we're going to ask for some referrals. This is when we're going to start asking. You warm the relationship. Make it a direct but a comfortable ask. Don't pick up the phone and go, hey, do you know anybody who wants to buy and sell? Like, that's not what you want to do. You got to ease into it a little bit, right? So we got to be a little bit, finesse it a little bit. So week 9, tier A, phone call. All your A tier contacts. This time, make the direct ask at the end of the conversation. Hey, I've enjoyed staying in touch with you these past couple months. I'm actively building my business right now, and most of my best clients come from people like you. If you ever hear of anyone thinking about buying or selling, I'd love to be the person you refer them to. Would that be okay? That's super nice. Nobody's going to get mad at that. And it's even a little more often like, oh, are you wanting to buy or sell? That's very direct and it feels at them. You're asking for their help, right? It's just asking for help. Everybody likes to help. Everybody wants to give. So if you're just asking, do you know anybody? I would, take great care of them. I'd love to take care of them. That's week 9. And that's to all your tier A. Week 10 is a review request, only past clients. Ask past clients for a Google or Zillow review if they haven't left one. Check. If they have left one, don't call them again and ask them because they'll be like, I already left you one. Don't do that. So I'd love to ask a small favor. Would you leave me a quick review on Google? I call before I send the Google review link because sometimes they're like, what's this? But if I call or text, hey, can I send you a Google review? Would you mind giving me a review? They're all happy to do it. If you go on that just real satisfied, that one you do one review and it sends it out to all of them. I don't know if it goes to Google. I don't know if it connects with Google, but I'm sure there's a way to get it to do that.
Honestly, even if they left me a review in one spot, I'd probably turn around and ask them to leave me a review.
On a different spot. Yeah, on a different spot.
Because I try to get Zillow, Google, and Realtor.com. Because even if it's on Zillow, when people search you up on Google, if you have your Google business page, it pulls your Zillow reviews in there too. They cross communicate with each other.
Yep. Week 11 is event invite. That's your A, B tier. Host or find a community event. That's when you could do something like the coffee. That might be a little daunting, but it just depends how many people you have in your database. You've got to gear it by what you have in your database. Maybe it could be, a happy hour somewhere. Maybe it could be coffee. Maybe it could be at a brewery. Whatever it is, do a little event. But that's only A and B. Only A and B. Call it a client appreciation. Market update happy hour. Whatever it is, invite them. I'm putting together a small client appreciation. This is when it is. Would love for you to come. Super easy.
And actually, if you're starting this as of now, that week would be roughly in September. We plan to do our next Cheers to Clients in October. So realistically, it would
might line up with that. You could invite them to that. And then week 12, this is going to wrap it all up. You're going to do a handwritten thank you to your A tier. Close out the 90 days. Just to the A tier, I just wanted to say thank you for being in my world. Your support means everything to me. Here's to staying connected. Please reach out at any time. How nice is that? And you could even go even further, like I do the Staffords for happy birthday for my clients. It'll say happy birthday. Enjoy a drink from Staffords on your special day. You could almost do something like that. You could have those like, thank you for being part of my world. Or whatever it is. The deal I have with Staffords, but I made this up front, like I didn't just send them out. I talk to Rob, and if somebody turns one of those in, I go in and pay for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
they
not
don't-
like
yeah.
it's not like
Okay.
buying a gift card. You mail it out, they don't use it. You've already paid for it, and you're buying all these gift cards for
And
people,
they're
and they haven't
not-
done anything. But you could include. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Just do the handwritten thank you, and I think it wraps it up so nicely. Okay, next one, Jackie. Any question about the last month? Any questions? We have scripts that we can send this out. We'll put this, how will we get this out to them, Jackie?
We'll post it on Facebook as well as send it out to you via email.
Email? Oh, okay.
Right. So there's some scripts for the touch type. You know, and again, when I'm reading them, they sound like I'm reading them. Just whatever it is that's comfortable for you guys, that works for you, work on it, and make that, have the script. Scripts make everything so much easier, and then you get in the habit. But make sure you guys are doing your tiers. And then we also have a 90-day touch plan worksheet where you can your top 10 A-tier contacts, and then it gives the 90-day goal of what to do for them. You know, your weekly touch, add value, and then so month 1, month 2, month 3, we'll send these out. And then the quick reference cheat sheet is what they call month 1, what you do for each tier. So it's month 1, what you do for A tier, B tier, C tier. So I've got all this for you guys. So we'll get it out to everybody and go from there. Do we have any questions, comments about SOI and about Lofty, touching Lofty? Anything you guys want to share or talk about?
Yes, I have a question. I uploaded an Excel file for my contacts into Lofty, but that's like 10% of what I have in my phone. So I exported a phone file, but I can't get it to convert into Excel so I can upload it into Lofty. Does anyone know how to do that?
Put it into Chat GPT or Claude.
And if not, reach out to Lofty Support and they can probably work it with you too.
Okay.
Did you hear what Gunnar said, Bridget? Put it into Chat or Claude.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, reach out to Lofty Support, and they should be able to help you with that. I know Lacey did that because she talked about it the other day when she was in the office, that she imported her whole phone. So it is doable.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else got anything about SOI? No?
Just make sure when you're doing mass import, you're picking people you know. Like my phone is too flooded, I can't do a mass import.
Yeah, for me to import from my phone would be a disaster. So I think if I'm going to do something like that, I'm just going to go through by the alphabet, like go by all your A's and see who they are and put them in, and then maybe go B's, and maybe while you're going through, take that time to text them and get their email at that same time. But everybody's got their own way of doing things, right? Everybody's brain works a little bit different. I like to get everything segmented and do it bit by bit.
Pick a pattern and stick to it, be consistent.
Yeah. So do you think this is something you guys can commit to? Can you guys do this? Tracy says yes. Okay.
I'm committed.
Try it.
I'm committed. We're committed.
Okay.
We're gonna be committed.
Awesome.
It
It takes time, but you just have, you're not going to do it all in one shot. But I would start your 90 days, like get your tiers done and then start your 90 days.
Yeah.
Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for perfect. Just go.
And we'll never do
Just
it.
go. You'll never do it. Okay.
Because as you're calling, you could just be doing your moving them between categories.
Yep. Oh,
That's true.
this is the other thing. We do have an alarm at the Mooney office now. So just in case anybody goes into the Mooney office, don't be shocked. It's there. You walk in the front door and it's on the flip side of the training room where the TV is. And the code is the same as all the other ones, 7476. So you've got the code. Next week is going to be office meeting. And then the following week, because we have 5, Romy said, let's have a potluck. So we are, but it's going to be on Mooney. I'll bring in some food. We'll all do sides.
Money.
And then on that last Wednesday of July, we're going to do that in the Mooney office.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, last Wednesday. And we'll just have some food and hang out. Since we're not doing bagels with the broker during the summer, that was Romy came up with that idea, and I'm like, yes, that's a great idea. That's what we're gonna do.
Which is what?
So that's on the 29th.
29th.
Yes.
Anything else anybody wants to talk about before we sign off here? Anybody got anything? Is there anything in the chat?
No, yeah.
Our regular meeting time for that?
Regular meeting time,
It's
11.
Okay.
If you haven't been by the Mooney office, stop by, check it out. It's
It's
really
actually really
cute.
cute.
Yeah, we get a lot of activity over there, so it's fun. We're having fun over there.
And then if you wanna book a time slot with me to get your accounts rolling, make sure you're integrated with Accent, let me know. We can schedule one-on-ones, but the one-on-ones are not just one-on-ones. I am putting clusters, so if
It's more like four on
the
one.
2 to 3 on one. Another group,
yeah.
if I can.
So what we've been doing, like I tried to do a little one with Lofty just to get them going with the leads. So we had like 3 agents all, and we just bring our laptops and we kind of pop around and do it. So we're happy to help, but it may not be like one-on-one.
Yeah.
And it's helpful because the questions carry over, and then we kind of get you guys through together and see what we're missing.
Yeah.
And because if you haven't done so I sent emails a few different items, but more than anything right now is make sure you have your Accent email, make sure you know how to get to Lightspeed, make sure you know how to get to SkySlope, and that you know how to get to your Accent portal.
Lofty.
The
And
Accent
Lofty.
portal. Okay.
There's 5 things you guys have got to do. And honestly, and we'll show you how to do it. And anytime you are locked out of anything, call Accent. It's accentsupport.com. It goes to live support. They can help you with anything. That's what they're there for. Do not feel like, oh, that's my last resort. Honestly, that's probably your first choice.
Yeah.
Save
Yeah,
time.
Rika was really very helpful.
Oh, they're very
So-
helpful.
The ladies, the girls are so amazing, so helpful.
Yeah.
And they
don't-
never get frustrated. I don't think they're real because, they're always like, oh, hi, Sarah. And, they're never get frustrated. They never get like, oh, you're back again. Like, oh,
Yeah, no.
and on support, they're like, oh, can you share your screen? No, I don't know how to share my screen. I mean,
I
they
know.
just, whatever.
And don't make them your last resort. Don't let yourself get to frustrated points so that then you get to them and then you're upset with them. Just call it first. It saves you so much more time and hassle.
Yeah.
It's like we used to be trained was find a who. Well, they've made it easy for us to find a who.
That's it.
Those gals,
Super easy.
super easy.
Okay. Everybody, have a great week and maybe see you on the Lofty training. We'll send out the reminder again. Lofty training at 11 on Friday. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You are sunburnt. Your face is sunburnt.
Okay. I'll meet you here
Going
to
back.
verify. Yes?